Hello everyone, and welcome to the second week of the No Name League, the NNL. Today we are going to be battling Josh, aka I Poke Shuckles. I'm going to leave the link to his channel in the description, and as soon as he uploads his video, I will leave the link to that video in the description as well, so you can go see it from his side. I don't know if he live or post-coms them. I haven't seen his first round yet. I've only been able to see Sharp and Tiki's and Yoof's. I didn't see Twanis or Josh's. I don't even know if they've uploaded it. Hopefully they have. But anyways. Today I'm gonna run over the teams really fast. I'm not recording this at 3 a.m. like I did last time, so this is gonna be a lot more organized, and I'm gonna go through it faster than 8 minutes. So, he brought his Absol, Shaman, Landorus, Porygon Z, Rotom Wash, and the Beedrill. I was expecting the Rotom Wash and the Lando. I thought he would bring the Excadrill, honestly, even though it would give him 2 ground types, so I was a little surprised not to see it. And, what was the other Mon he had that I thought he was gonna bring? I can't remember. There was something else I thought he was gonna bring that he didn't. But anyways, this is the team he brought. So over here, I've got my Thundurus Incarnate, which I ran a pretty standard set with a Focus Blast, HP Ice, Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, max speed with 252 special attack. So pretty much your basic Thundurus. It was mainly so I could, because he's got a lot of speedy mons, so I wanted to be able to paralyze stuff. I knew I had to have HP Ice to take on the Landorus, and also so I could hit the Shaman. It won't do too much to the Shaman, but it'll at least let me do some good damage to it. Because Focus Blast and Thunderbolt won't do as much, I don't think. Focus Blast may do about as much, but whatever. Then, I've got Darmanitan with the Choice Scarf. He's also a pretty standard set, except one move. I put Flare Blitz, Superpower, because those are going to let me hit most of his mons. And, he also had U-Turn, you know, because, you know, that's pretty basic. He's Choice Scarfed, max speed with, 252 attack. And then I put Will-O-Wisp on him, specifically for the Landorus, in case I have to sack him against the Lando. Actually, I think I calced it, and I could live. If he's not Choice Banded, even if he's Adamant 252 attack, I think I just barely live 1 EQ if he's at -2, which is your -2 if you're burned. And also, it can help with other stuff. You'll see in the battle. Then I got a full special attacking Empoleon. It's modest 252 special attack, 252 HP with choice specs. I think I put HP Grass to hit the Rotom Wash. And then I had Hydro Pump and Icy Wind to lower speed. Because Icy Wind still OHKOs Lando, and it'll still do decent to the Shaman. I can't remember what my 4th move was. Then I have my Donphan with Ice Shard, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rocks. I wanted to Stealth Rocker because I thought he would have Exca, so I didn't really worry about having Stealth Rocks too much. Did I put Stealth Rocks on my Choice Specs and Empoleon? I don't think so, but anyways. So I wasn't too worried about setting up rocks. I was more worried about him setting up rocks with his Lando or his Exca, but I had rocks there just in case I could take out the Exca early on, or in this case, he didn't bring it. So, then I have my Latias, and my Latias is a little weird. I ran full defense. Bold, 252 defense, 252 HP. With those stats, I can live a knockoff from a Lando, and I can live a U-turn from a Beedrill, which will allow me to use one of my moves, which is Healing Wish. So I'm guaranteed a Healing Wish as long as I'm at full HP, even if he has his Mega Beedrill or his Lando out. And, I also had Psyshock, HP Ice for the Lando specifically, so I could live a hit and then take it out. And then I had T-Wave, because the same reason I have T-Wave on Thundurus. He's got a lot of speedy mons. Paralyzing them can really help me out. Then my Breloom was a weird set. I ran max attack, 252 Adamant, and I Choice Banded him, because 4 of his mons... What 4 mons? Porygon Z, Excadrill, Absol, and he had something else. I can't remember it because he didn't bring it. But all of them died to my Mach Punch if I was Choice Banded max attack. Then I had Bullet Seed for the Rotom, because unless the Rotom is like 100-something speed investment, then I don't have to have a speed nature to outspeed him, because I'm also 252 speed on the Breloom. So I was really counting on Breloom to do some Mach Punch Bullet Seed destroying shenanigans. But anyways, you'll see if that's how it pans out in the battle. Let's begin. Here you go. This is a 24-turn battle. I decided, looking at his team, that I wanted to lead with Thundurus, because Thundurus was a good enough lead against everything that was not his Rotom Wash. Specifically, this Lando. I was afraid that he was Choice Scarfed, though, so I wanted to kind of test the waters to see if he was Choice Scarfed. I figured if you're Choice Scarfed, you're going to stay in and Stone Edge me. If you're not, you're going to switch, and he switches out. Which actually, it turns out, I find out after the battle, he is choiced, which really throws me off, because this whole battle, I thought he wasn't Choice Scarfed because he switched out there. But I switch out into Empoleon, knowing that I can take a Stone Edge, and I think an EQ does a little over half to me, maybe. I decided to stay in here and let him Volt Switch me, and I made a mistake. I should have Icy Winded here, but I think I went for Hydro Pump instead. Icy Wind probably would have been a smarter move, because Shaman seemed like a pretty obvious switch-in, and plus, the Absol, it would have lowered its speed and done good damage. But yeah, I go for Hydro and I miss. I'm pretty sure I would have killed this Absol, so that sucks because I'm Choice Specs Max Special Attack Modest. I decided to switch out because why did I switch out? I don't know. I just switched out into Darm so I could outspeed him and hit him, and he goes for Swords Dance. I'm like, oh no, I'm screwed. He's going to kill me. I outspeed, though, but he has Sucker Punch, so I go for my hidden move, the Will-O-Wisp. Sucker Punch fails against me, totally threw him off. This negates his Sword Dance, so he's back to normal. However, even though I do run Will-O-Wisp on this Darm, I am still Choice Scarf, so I gotta switch out. And I think I go into... I don't actually remember. What did I go into? I went into my... Right, I went back into Empoleon so I could sack it because I decided I didn't need the Empoleon anymore. I didn't want anything else to take a knockoff. I decided Empoleon is the one I want to take the knockoff. I don't know if that crit mattered or not, but he would have Sucker Punched me anyways because I only had attacking moves. So I die to that, and he takes damage to burn. I think I send Darm back out because now my Choice Scarf will work again, and he's burned. I don't mind taking a Sucker Punch at this point. It'll do good damage, but it won't, like, kill him. It's not going to OHKO. And, yep, I take that not very well at all, but I live. So then I go for the U-turn, which does kill the Absol. Yes, it kills the Absol. So, unfortunately, he's going to get Switch Initiative because I have to switch in my Mon. I did get a crit there. I don't think the crit mattered, though. I'm a Darmanitan, and that's an Absol. But, so I'm going to... I, unfortunately, have to switch in first, so he gets Switch Initiative. So I decided to send in Thundurus. I figure it's my best Mon. He's probably going to send... I was expecting Rotom Wash, and there it is. And I believe I stayed in and went for the Thunderbolt because it does, if he's physically defensive, it does around 50, and if he's specially defensive, it does around 40, which you can see right there. And then he goes for the Hydro, just trying to get my Thundurus out of here. I decide here that I wasn't sure if that was min or max roll damage, but I didn't want to risk him living because it was very likely he would live no matter what min-max roll happened. So I switch out into Latias, knowing that my Latias, even though it's full physical bolt, it can take pretty much anything from this Rotom. I also see that he has Thunderbolt, which is good to know for later, so I know his moveset right now is Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, and I'm pretty sure he has Volt Switch. Did he already? Yeah, he used Volt Switch on my Empoleon earlier. So I go for the Psyshock here, knowing that it can do about 30 to 40% to this Rotom, and that's exactly what it does. And then he has a Citrus, so he's going to live a little longer than I'd like, unfortunately. Also, my Latias is now in the threshold of health to where it will die after this Volt Switch. It will die to a knockoff from the Lando, or it will die to a U-turn from the Beedrill, which is not good. Because my plan was I needed to have Latias to Healing Wish into Thundurus later. So he sends out his Beedrill here, and I was really torn if I should try and predict and hit him with Psyshock, because I think I outspeed him this turn. I can't remember how much normal Beedrill's base speed is. I think I outsped him this turn, but I figured, nah, he's definitely going to protect. He doesn't want to take that Psyshock. So I'm going to switch into Darm, because with Choice Scarf, I outspeed Mega Beedrill. And I was a little worried here. I figured if I lose Darm, it's not that big of a deal anyways. I'll be okay. So I figured it was worth the risk. And he does go for Protect, I believe. Yeah, he goes for Protect. So Darm is alive, thankfully, and I outspeed. And he switches out. He knows that since I sent in Darm, I'm Choice Scarfed, and I'm going to take him out if he stays in. And he switches into the Rotom, and I U-turned here, predicting the switch. So I'm going to hit the Rotom for some very nice damage. Look at that. Look at that. I think I go back into Latias here because I know I can kill with a Psyshock, and he can't touch my Latias. And he doesn't really have anything to switch into a Psyshock either. The Shaman can probably take it pretty well, but I'm going to do some decent damage to whatever he sends in. The Lando, the Porygon Z, the Beedrill, of course, and then, what's his last Mon? The Shaman. The Shaman could have taken him pretty well. But anyways, I Psyshock, he decides to sack the Rotom Wash, which is a huge weight off of my shoulders, because that Rotom Wash was such a problem for me. I absolutely despise Rotom Wash. I love using it. I hate going against it. He sends in the Beedrill, and I decide, you know what? Now's the time to Healing Wish. He goes for the U-turn, max defense bold, max HP. I just live it with a little... I was at like 99%. It does like 96% max roll if he's adamant. So he's going to switch into his Lando here, which is good for me. And originally I was going to Healing Wish into my Thundurus, but then I looked at his team again, and I noticed with the Choice Scarf Darmanitan, I outspeed and kill every single Mon. I OHKO every single Mon. The Shaman, the Porygon Z, and the Beedrill with Flare Blitz, and I outspeed. So I Healing Wish into my Darm, and I totally changed my strategy here, because I'm like, okay, you know what? As of right now, Darmanitan, you're the new MVP of this match. You're going to win it for me. Because originally, he was not supposed to be my win condition. I go for the U-turn here, expecting him to switch to preserve the Lando, because the Lando is the best thing he has to kill my Darm. But he actually stays in. But he could have lived a Flare Blitz even though I wasn't -1, so it makes sense. I decided to go into Donphan here, expecting him to EQ or Stone Edge, and he does go for the Stone Edge. I bet he was expecting me to switch in Thundurus on the EQ, which was a good prediction, but I did decide to go into Donphan because I have Ice Shard too. And here's where I decide, you know what? Since it's going to be a lot of switching games for me to be able to get Darm to kill this Lando, or for anything to kill the Lando so Darm can sweep the last 3 Mons of his team, I'm going to set up rocks, because he does not have the... Without the Excadrill on his team, he doesn't have anything to get rocks off the field. So I set up rocks, and they are here to stay for the whole match. None of his Mons even have any kind of learn move. No defog, no rapid spin. They're here to stay. I switch out wanting to save my Donphan because the Ice Shard, it only does like 40%, I think, to Lando, but I can eat up any attack the Lando does with my Donphan, so I wanted to keep it. I go into Scrub Loom here, my, you know, adamant, choice banded Mach Punch Breloom, because I pretty much decide, originally you're supposed to win me the match, but now it's Darm's place to win me the match, so you're just going to get some chip damage on the Shaman for me. I Mach Punch the Shaman, do a nice 40% with a Mach Punch. You know, I am adamant, max attack, choice band, and all that, but still, that's a base 100 defense Shaman, and he actually told me after the match that his Shaman was specifically to beat my Breloom, because he was worried about it. But yeah, so Shaman has leftovers, and it gets a little bit of HP back, but that's fine. I send in Darm here, because even if he switches in the Lando and I get to -1, I think Flare Blitz still does like 30%, plus the 12% from Stealth Rocks, it'll do good damage, but he actually decides to stay in and let the Shaman die, probably because my Breloom is dead. He doesn't really need it anymore. Shaman couldn't really do anything to Thundurus. It could have done some damage to my Donphan, but his Porygon Z can do that just as well. So I lose a little bit of health stat, that's fine. He sends in the Landorus, and I'm at -1. He takes like 12% to Stealth Rocks. I'm pretty sure 12% is how much it does to Landorus. Yeah, because it's Flying Ground, Resist, and super effective. So I have to keep Darm alive, because Darm Flare Blitz kills the outspeeds and kills Beedrill and Porygon, even if it's Choice Scarfed. Even with this Lando Choice Scarfed, I still kill it and outspeed it, because Landorus is like base 90, and then Porygon Z is like base 91, and I'm base 95, Darm is. So I outspeed even if his Porygon Z is Choice Scarfed, which he told me after the match his Porygon Z was in fact Choice Scarfed. Did I switch here? I think I switched here because I wanted to keep Donphan alive for the Lando. I didn't switch into Darm though because he would have died, definitely. No, I stayed in an Ice Sharded. That's right, that's right. I still have Thundurus alive, so I decided I'll sack the Donphan and I'll let Thundurus take care of the Lando. Or it'll let me I'll get a Flare Blitz off the Lando right now. I'll do enough damage to where I can kill it, even at -1. So I send in Darmanitan, and I'm pretty sure at this point I can just Flare Blitz to win. He switches out, which really kind of guarantees my win at this point. Because if he had let it die and then switched in the Lando, it may have been able to go either way. But definitely, even at the -1 with the Flare Blitz damage I'm about to get. Also, when I calced the amount of damage Flare Blitz would do at -1, it was like 40%. That was with like 52, like the average is 52 defense investment. I don't think he has any defense investment because he's a Choice Scarf set. So I actually take him out with the Flare Blitz. I was a little surprised that I did that much damage. But that was only around like 50 to 60%. So then he sends in the Beedrill, and I know I outspeed, so I just stay in and go for another Flare Blitz so I can get a 2-0 instead of a 1-0 by switching in. I could have switched in Thundurus and sacked it to get back to neutral damage, but I still kill either way. So I hit him with the Flare Blitz, and I take out the Beedrill, and I think he has Porygon Z still alive. Yeah, he switched it out. So he brings in the Porygon Z, which is also Choice Scarfed. He told me after the match, even at -1, I still kill this thing. I still OHKO this thing thanks to all the damage it's racked up with Ice Shard and Stealth Rocks. So I just go straight for the Flare Blitz to get that nice 2-0 by taking out the Duck Z. Even though we were both Choice Scarfed, we were both max speed, speed nature, and my base speed is 95, his base speed is 91. So I was able to outspeed, and with that, I take the win, giving me a nice 2-0, and I believe Josh won his first week against Twanis, so he's at 1-1, and I am at 2-0, so I'm undefeated so far. I'm doing good so far. I know it's only a matter of time. Like, I'm going to end up battling Sharp one of these weeks, and Sharp's just going to wreck my soul, because he's a really good battler. Josh is a really good battler, too. I just happened to... I got a little, that Darmanitan really messed him up. He wasn't expecting my Darmanitan, I'm pretty sure he said, so... My Darmanitan definitely came through. I was not expecting him to put in as much work as he did. How many kills did Darm get? Darm got 4 of the 6 kills, didn't he? No, he got 5. Darm was the one... Latias killed the Rotom, and then Darmanitan killed the Absol with U-Turn. He killed the Shaman with Flare Blitz. He killed the Beedrill, the Landorus, the Porygon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Darm killed 5 of his Mons. I'm pretty sure. That's going to be fun to put into the MVP thing, because we have an MVP thing for what Mons get what kills and what deaths. I'm pretty sure my Darm is 5-0 differential right now. That's really nice. Anyways. But yeah, that's going to be all for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go check out Josh and his side of the battle. And next week, I'm not going to tell you who we're battling. You'll see who we're battling next week. It's going to be a fun one. Hopefully I can get that nice 3-0 points in the NNL if I can beat the person I'm battling next week. I'm a little confident, but at the same time, you know, Pokemon, man. I expected to come into this battle and have Thundurus and Breloom be my MVP, but then it turned out that Darm was my 5-killing machine. So you never know with Pokemon. You just never know. But that's going to be all for now, and I will see you all next time. Until then, farewell.